hill, and his name was called Jacob.
When that's our people. That's when we came out.
And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
And see, this was the history of when Esau first came about. Esau came from 2 black parents, Isaac and Rebecca. Isn't that crazy? And they hate us. They come from us. That's something, ain't it?
It is, though.
Give them something else. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 10 verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee, but to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
And this is the requirements of you. Now you know who you are. What's your name then?
Justin.
Jesse? Justin. Ario? Isaiah. So we got a flyer for you, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it says we do studies. It's funny you came. I was praying.
I was just going to Walmart to grab some clothes for my son. And
yeah.
I saw the
poster board.
This is what I've been looking at for since I've been out here, bro.
Well, where you from?
I moved here from Stockton.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stockton. Okay, I got people up there in Sacramento in that area. I'm actually from Oxnard.
Okay, right.
So yeah, we always did our reunions up there. Stockton, Sacramento, all over Bakersfield. So yeah, that's a nice area where you're at. Where you were.
I'm definitely gonna have to come.
But yeah, I mean, I'm Ariel, and yeah, that's my home number. If you look down, that's my home number right there. You can call, and we usually do a study on Wednesday, and then sometimes on the Sabbath, depending if we stay, if we're not out too long. We go out every Sabbath to preach, so this is the Sabbath.
I definitely want to learn, man.
So if you want to, come around, you need help with your fringes, this is what you're supposed to be wearing. Go ahead, read it for them.
Numbers 15 verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue, and it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
And this is why he commanded us to do it. So every time you look at it, you might have a thought of, oh, I want to hook up with a woman, and you're not married to her. You're not like, okay, I start pulling up your shirt. I just like to use this analogy. Start taking your shirt off, and like, oh man, I can't do this. It's gonna remind you. This is gonna help you. You might want to go in the store. Some people have a problem with drinking or stealing. You're gonna look, I can't do this. I gotta keep God's laws.
Yeah.
I can't be doing no. Somebody might say, man, you want to hit this blunt? No, you can't do that because you're gonna be looking at your friend. It's like, no, I gotta keep God's laws, statutes, and commandments. You're not gonna do it. It's gonna help you. It's gonna always help you with that. So yeah, man. How you doing, sis?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, we blessed. We out. You want to get a flyer before you go?
Yeah, let me get one.
Yeah, let me give you a flyer. You might have heard a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I heard a little bit.
Yeah, we come out every Sabbath. You probably see us out here a lot.
I just got out here, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, let me go.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I moved out here from California.
How long you been out here?
I got out here in January, so I've just really been keeping to myself and working. Don't really know too much. But it's a nice area, though.
Hosea 4 and 6. This is another reason why our people are out here all messed up.
Hosea 4 verse 6. For my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
This is why a lot of them are messed up, because they don't know who they are. They walking around here.
They stripped it for us.
Yeah, they stripped it, but right now
we're not looking for it.
A lot of them, they're so stuck in this matrix of all this stuff in this world, man, that they just can't seem to find their way. But if they come back to these scriptures, God gonna open your eyes. He gonna open your eyes to it. And the more you get in and read, you're gonna start all of it's gonna make sense to you. Yeah, it's gonna he gonna wake you up and you're gonna start understanding. And this is our dress code. We gotta do this because if you go to Zephaniah, you already there? Why you don't want to get caught without it? Because when Christ comes, you don't want to get caught without it. Go ahead.
Zephaniah 1 verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So if the women don't have their fringes with their blue garment and border, they gonna get it. The men ain't in their attire and have that spirit too. He gonna be killed. That's why Christ is coming. He gonna be killing, and to bring in that new Jerusalem, like they always saying, it's gonna be a new kingdom. He's getting rid of all the wicked people out of it. That's what Christ is gonna do, though. I mean, they don't tell us that at the church. All they say is God loves everybody, right? Read Psalms. Yeah, you know where it is. Read what he said there. They don't bring these scriptures out because they're under that 501c3, so it's a tax exemption. So they can't bring all these out because then they'll lose their money. So the pastors are pretty much kind of keeping people asleep. It's a feel-good sermon.
Yeah.
That's what they got going.
Can say that.
So you know what they doing.
Psalms 5 verse 4, for thou art not a God that hath pleasure in wickedness, neither shall evil dwell with thee. The foolish shall not stand in thy sight. Thou hatest all workers of iniquity.
He actually hates them. This is Christ speaking. He hates them. When you ever heard that? Oh, he hates the people.
And it's crazy because you really don't hear none of that ever read.
But they're not going to read these, because if they read these, people going to get up off their seats. You know what's going to happen. They're going to leave out the church.
And that's no more collection plate.
Yeah, that's why they're not going to read this, man. They're not going to tell you the truth. Go ahead. Oh, you got that other one, Ezra?
Sirach.
Go ahead.
So, this Sirach 12 verse 6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment.
See, he hates them. He hates them. He actually hates them. And he only, what's the Proverbs? Yeah, this is who he loves. Go to Proverbs. This is who Christ loves.
Proverbs 8 verse 17. I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me.
He said he loves those that love him. John 14. This is the ones that love him.
John 14 verse 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments.
The ones that's keeping his commandments, they love him. And all these people saying they love God, I have a personal relationship, they ain't doing nothing. They're deceiving their own self, man. And he's got their number. Go ahead.
1 John 3 verse 18. My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth.
But in deeds, and be doers. Like he said, go to James. Might as well go to James. We have to be doers, like he said. We have to actually start doing it. Go ahead.
James 1 verse 21. Verse 22, but be ye doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves. For if any man be a hearer of the word, and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass. For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
So they just look in the mirror, and then they walk away. They forget who they are. So I mean, we let the Bible speak. When we come out, we don't say what we think. We're going to tell you what God is actually saying.
That's right.
That's what we're going to do. And then the people they rejected him. But they did reject Christ. You know, a lot of people did. Go ahead. What you got for him?
But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty, and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed.
Then you're going to be blessed if you actually start to do these things he says and put it into practice. Then you're going to get blessed. You have to actually start doing it. And it takes, sometimes it takes a while for people because they're so accustomed to all this.
Yeah,
what they've been doing
to this for 26 years.
Yeah, so you might have to cut friends loose to do this. And some family members, they're going to say you crazy. You're going to lose friends and family members. But Christ even said that too. You got that one? Go ahead.
This Wisdom of Solomon 6 verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
And that's the assurance of incorruption, keeping God's laws. So that's how you know when you're keeping God's laws, then you're being. Because Christ came to denounce corruption. That's why Christ actually came, to get rid of all this corruption here. I was thinking of the one, and was it Matthew? There was another one I was thinking of. You threw me off when you went there. How he was rejected? Isaiah. He was rejected. Yeah, Isaiah 53.
Yeah.
That one. You just threw me off for a minute when you went there. Isaiah, go ahead. That one.
Isaiah 53, verse 1. Who hath believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground.
This is the prophet Isaiah talking about Christ right here. Go ahead.
He hath no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Then the one they got put up as Christ, that's Cesar Borgia. That's not him. Christ was a so-called black man, like they call us. That's who he was. Go ahead.
He is despised and rejected of men.
Who is the ones getting despised here? It's clear, man. I mean, you read this Bible, it's talking about us all the way through. Go ahead.
A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief.
He was a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. See, they hated Christ. Go ahead.
And we hid it as were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed.
But see, he's the only one that came out of that tomb. Christ is the only anointed Savior. Not Buddha, not Muhammad. It was only Christ, a Mashiach. That's who it was. He's the only one that has had that blessing. It was no one else. It was Christ.
Thanks for what you're doing.
Oh, no problem. You're welcome.
Chris,
So, man,
what's up? I was in the trailer with you yesterday.
Oh, I didn't even recognize you with the glasses, bro.
Yeah. What up, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Not bad.
see, so
That's
the
right,
word,
Trevor, go on,
sword,
man.
the sword sows the word. We're going to try to get him off of this. This when the sword sows the word. But, man, I need to stay in touch with you.
Definitely, man.
You got a number?
Yes, I do.
Here, Rachel, get his number. This is Rachel.
It's nice. I was in a bad spot, real bad spot, and this was the only thing that was popping up. That's when I first found the 12 tribes in my own research. You know what I mean? Just on the net, and I'm like, wow. And then I pull into a Walmart parking lot, and then I hear it. You know what I mean? And then I was going straight, and I saw Esau's face. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, okay. So let me pull over real quick and see what they're talking about.
Yeah. How far did you hear it? For all the way down?
When I pulled in, I heard the microphone, and then I was like, wait, I could hear the text. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know when you hear something that's being read from the script.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
and then when I get right here,
caught your ear.
Yeah, and then I seen everything that was lined up right here. I'm like, I gotta pull over.
Yeah. Praise the Most High. Go ahead with Proverbs.
Proverbs 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
See, God brought you over. That's what he's saying there. Man's goings are of the Lord. So how can you know your own way? So he brought you over. He wanted you to hear and see, because Christ said his sheep, they hear his voice. I know them and they know me. It says that in the Gospel of John. And he says they're not going to be snatched out of his hands. See, a lot of these people, they're part of the 2/3 because they don't want to listen to the Bible. So they're going to get it. It's a sad thing, but that's what the Bible says. Go to Zechariah and show them. It does say this, and it's a sad thing, but we try to reach everybody. Some people be, I don't want to hear this. You know, we had people get angry and everything just from reading the Bible.
That's crazy.
They get angry at us. I mean, so we just leave them alone. We try to reach them. Go ahead.
Zechariah 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I'll bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my God.
It's only going to be a third, actually. He's going to 2/3 of the people, because not that he wants to do it, they don't want to hear the Bible. So they're rejecting him. This is why Zechariah said that.
Yeah, I was at HOC, and a guy, he was preaching on a bridge, and a group came up and threw him off. And
See, you get the hate. See, that's an example right there of how people will hate you just for reading the Bible.
hey, he's still preaching.
Yeah, but it's the word of God, and this is what they just don't like what God is saying. See, this is what the problem is.
Yeah, it doesn't fit their lifestyle.
Yeah, and all he's doing is, Christ, he says, I came that you may have life and have it more abundantly. He just wanted you to have a righteous life. But a lot of people take this like, oh, you're trying to tell me how to live, like you said, and you're judging me. That's how they look at it.
Yeah,
like you're telling me how I have to live.
I'm away from my wife right now after 5.5 years. We got married, called the mom, said, guess what, we got married. Said, why haven't you looked in yet? I'm not.
And you know that's in the Bible. God hates divorce. He says it stains one's garments with violence.
We're not heading towards divorce.
But no, that's what I was just saying. He doesn't even like divorce.
You got to get her from her mother.
Yeah. God hates divorce. People do it all the time, like they're changing clothes, and he's gonna punish them for that, just for doing a divorce.
Have a good
They don't
day.
even realize they're gonna. Yeah, you too. They're gonna get punished just for divorcing, because that was a commandment from him. You know, because it tears up the family, and you see broken families, you see the kids all messed up, and it makes sense why he said it, because the kids, they don't know which. Oh, I go see my dad or do I go see my mom? They're confused.
I gotta pick one now.
And then you fighting against each other, the parents, and it's all
Trying
crazy.
to turn the kid against the other parent.
Yeah,
and
so
whatnot,
you see that, and that's why he hates divorce. And they do it like it's like they're changing clothes, and that's something he's gonna punish the people for too. Everything in there, the punishments are for all these things that he said for us to do, and they don't want to do it. This is why they're gonna get it. There's another one you got for him, because we got a brother here today. It's funny. I was praying last night, but somebody, man, I was praying this morning too. That somebody come up in here and not want to just argue with us.
Yeah.
He came up.
You need a shirt with fringes, I got you.
Yeah, man, we
yeah,
even got a
right.
shirt for you.
Definitely.
Yeah, because you look like you about his size. So yeah, we got one for you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Go ahead, give him one.
Isaiah 30 verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left.
Now you seeing the real teachers, because we coming out with the truth. We're not going to tell you
You're
what.
not just saying something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we gonna tell you what the Lord has to say, and this is to help you and to help save your life, and so you have a righteous life too. Now, John 14, the one how he said, "I am the way." Go right to that's Christ speaking in Isaiah anyway. Go to Isaiah 14 or John 14.
John 14 verse 6. Hamashiach saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me.
Christ saying it himself. That's what he came for. He says, I am the way. He's the only way for us to get to that kingdom.
Because everything else is like false teachings. Like whenever I really try to willing to open ear, you know what I mean? Because I'm always open to hear it, you know what I mean?
And people, they lying to you.
It's like I've never read that or heard that ever. You're telling me something that you think or that you believe or wherever source you came up with.
Yeah.
You know,
No, they weren't
I
reading.
don't see you reading from anything.
Yeah, they weren't reading. They just were telling you.
Yeah, just telling me something.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Rock, Ecclesiasticus 19 verse 19. The knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life, and they that do things that please him shall receive the fruit of the tree of immortality.
Then you're going to get that immortality, that everlasting life. The people that's lying out here, all these liars and deceivers, they're not getting nothing. Go ahead.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom, and in all wisdom is the performance of the law, and the knowledge of his omnipotency.
See, he's got it. He's going to answer. We let him do the answering. We read, but we study this. That's how we can bring it out. And you start coming, you're going to have it like this. You're going to
That's how I'm trying.
Yeah, you're going to be able to
That's
go.
what I want, yeah.
You're going to be able to go right to the scriptures too. And then you'll be able to teach another brother if he wants to hear, you know, and that's how we keep building like that.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do, man. 'Cause we out, man. We've been coming here. How long to this Walmart?
Like months.
A few months. Yeah, we've had people come up and they want to argue with us. We're on YouTube too.
Okay.
Yeah, so
It's on the flyer.
Yeah.
Type in Awaken Israelites.
yeah, we're on YouTube, so you can see the videos. You're gonna be on there on this one.
Oh yeah.
You watch it today, you're gonna be on there. Yeah,
I see it. I'm definitely gonna take a look at this.
yeah, you're gonna see
some time
yourself
before
on
work,
there
you know what I
today.
mean? I got some time before work.
Okay.
Definitely gonna take a look into this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
This is Solomon right here.
Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of men. This is why he put us here on the earth.
That's
To
right.
keep his law, statutes, and commandments. are not to be out here gang members selling drugs. None of this stuff they doing,
And
man.
I'm telling you this.
They're not supposed to be doing nothing like this. What our people are doing. He actually told us we were going to be a kingdom. Go to Peter, a royal priesthood. This is what he told us. This is what we were, why he put us here, the royal priesthood.